Hey everybody, Bill D here. I thought I'd go into a little bit on what's happening with the SparkMaker FHD that belongs to one of my co-workers who was having problems with it, and I felt kind of guilty since I talked him into getting the printer and he's just had nothing but problems making it work. So I'm going to go through what I did. I got it working somewhat. I haven't been able to make a successful print because it keeps not sticking to the build plate. But I'm working on that issue right now. So let me go over what I did. First thing he did was he went to the SparkMaker website, which let's see, let me go to my desktop so you can see it. So here's the SparkMaker website. So it's sparkmaker3d.com. You click on download. Oops, sorry. Click on download, and from download you see there's right here SparkMaker FHD download. What he did was he went down here and said, oh look, there's a newer version, 1.6. Well, this is for SparkMaker. This is the original SparkMaker, not the FHD, not the high definition, not 1080p. This version of SparkMaker is a 720p display. So that's the problem that he was having. So you go into here and you download SparkMaker FHD, you click on it, it goes to Dropbox, and then you click on download, and I do direct download. I don't use what do they call it? What do you call it? Site Dropbox. I don't use Dropbox yet. I guess I will have to in the future. Then you save it to whatever directory you want to do, and then unzip it. So I've already done all this, and I downloaded it into the. So then there, I'll go to the directory here. This is another print I'm working on. This is the Clown by Wexter. I'm trying to get this to print right now. So yeah, that's where that's at right now. Let me take care of that. I'm using Octopi. I'm trying to get Octolapse to work. I'm going to upload and go to my Clown, and we're uploaded maybe. Not yet. Okay, now it's uploaded. Let's see where I'm at. Oops, I turned off. 215, 60. Oops. 215. Let that warm back up again. Okay, so anyway, on SparkMaker's website, like I said, I've downloaded this. I saved it to a directory on my solid state drive, and right here, SparkMaker FHD. That's the zip file that we did right here. I unzipped it. It creates this directory here. Inside here is the firmware, which is the update. You copy that file to the SD disk. Turn off your SparkMaker. Put that FD disk in, and then turn the SparkMaker on, and it'll automatically run that and load the latest firmware into the SparkMaker. So that's what it took. From there, there's also a program called, I can't remember what it's called. Let me go back and open that up again. Go back to E. Go in here. So there's a software which has this Chitubo or Chitubo or whatever you want to call it, for Windows. I'm using 64-bit Windows 10, so this was the one I used, and then immediately it asked to load the current update, which I did also. So I've already done all that, and then inside Chitubo, let me find it here. Chitubox actually is what it is. So I'm not going to worry about this. Just skip that and don't worry about it. So here is my model. Obviously too large. He's outside the build plate. This was the model I was playing with. And you can just go into, let's see, you can scale here. That's position. This one, I think. Maybe this one. Scale to fit, and then it'll fit on your build plate. Now what I did was I actually rotated it 90 degrees. Can't remember which one I went. I rotated it 90 degrees. This damn thing worked. I put it at 90, and then I scaled it again down. So I didn't want it that big. I just wanted to play with it. So I started lowering the scale down and getting them down onto the build plate a little more. And then what I did was I said, hey, you know, I really want to do this a little differently. Every time I try to print them like this, it's like it always, this part here always stuck to the bottom of the build plate, onto the FEP film. Didn't stick to the build plate. So I said, okay, so that's not really what I want. So what I did then was I rotated him so that he was kind of had his butt down and his rest of him leaned back like that. And then what I did, I went into supports, and I said, let's put some supports on here. I just said support all. And as you see here at the bottom, down here at the bottom of the screen here, it's adding the supports right now. Takes a while, obviously. Unfortunately, it takes a good bit of time for that to happen. So I'm also experimenting with resins. So let me go back and get my display here. I'm going to turn my Logitech back on. I'll turn the other one on too. So this is the SparkMaker right here. He's running. You can see the light is on, and this is actually what I'm trying to print, is this root model. And I'm not using the SparkMaker resin. I'm using this stuff right here, which is fun to do, castable resin. It only comes in red, right here. I will read it. There we go. www.funtodoo.net. So this is the stuff I'm trying to use right now. I do have SparkMaker resin. I have this one right here, which is their W resin. This is a water soluble, so your cleanup is with water. So this would be cool, but unfortunately I'm trying to do casting with my stuff, so I'm trying to learn how the casting part of it works. The other reason I'm helping the guy out with the FHD is that I have the upgrade kit coming for mine to upgrade mine from 720 to 1080. So if I learn how to set up everything on his, I should be able to do it on mine with no problem. So anyway, this is where I am. The thing you have to do now is go back to slice, or our slicing and settings. Go into settings. Thing you need to do is you go over here and you click on this plus over here. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry, let me turn the cameras back off again. Come on. Where is my... Oh. Turn that back off again and turn that one back off again. Okay. So now you can see what I'm trying to do is I'm going to use this guy right here, which is my settings. You go in here and you select what printer you have. So in my case, SparkMaker FHD, you click it and you say OK. And then it puts, I already have it twice, so I'm going to remove that one. I'll trash that one, but I already have it on there. I just wanted everybody to see what I'm doing here. My resin is not the normal resin. I don't know what the density of the resin. I went on to Fun To Do's website and I couldn't find any information, so I just left it at the standard stuff. This is not true. I don't have a resin in the world that's that price. It's more like $80 per liter. I think the SparkMaker resin is $80 per half liter, but Fun To Do is half that price. basically it's a full liter bottle versus a half-liter bottle. So you look up fun to do stuff, and they said use an exposure time of 100 on your first layer, which is bottom exposure time, and then 11 seconds basically for the rest of the layers. And then you have 3 bottom layer counts and a layer height of 0.05, which is the maximum resolution of this printer. I can't change it. It's a non-changeable thing. So, and then how far to lift it to when you're peeling it off the bottom of the vat, and what speed. Now these are the recommended speeds and lift distances and everything directly from WOW, which is the company that makes SparkMaker. So I left those the same as just these that I changed in order to deal with dealing with my fun to do resins. And I based that on they didn't have the SparkMaker information on fun to do, but they had a Wanhao, or I think it was Wanhao, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was the other one. But anyway, I based it off of what they had for theirs, and said hopefully it'll be close enough to get me there, and we'll see how that all works out. So that's where I got all my settings at, and then I just tell it to slice it, and slicing takes a while again. Maybe not as long as it used to, but it's still a very slow process of slicing and creating all the different layers. And now you see it's sliced. You can go here and drag down, and you can see the actual individual layers. You can see the model disappearing at the same time, and so you can see here's where I start my platform at, and these are all my little support structures, and then it actually starts printing the baby Groot in here, and all the way to the top and done. So that's what I've done. That's where I'm at. That's about as far as I've gone at this point in time. So hopefully this all works out good, and we'll see, because it looks like there's something on the build plate, but I can't really tell. Here, I'll turn on the other camera again. Turn on that camera right there. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see there is something on the build plate. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's really in focus very good. That's a little better focus. Anyway, so you can see there's something on there. Don't know if it's right, don't know if it's wrong yet, but we'll see. So that's where I'm at so far. I don't know how long it has left to go to finish the print, but you know, it's going and it's doing its thing here. So we'll see what happens, I guess. And that's about where I am at this point in time. Yay! So I'm hoping to get my my update kit here in the next month or so. They said they're going to ship at the end of the month, and then they go, oh, we got a holiday coming up again. It's like, holy shit, how many freaking holidays does China have? Oh my god, it's like every time you turn around, they're on holiday. I wish I had that much holiday time that I could take off all the damn time and not work. But anyway, that's where we are. So hopefully this all works. You notice here on the side, this is actually the little power converter for the SparkMaker. Here's the on-off switch for it. This is something they added they didn't have on the first one. You just plugged it in, and you know what? You plug it into the little input there on the side of it, and it sparks. Hey, it's a SparkMaker. Great. No, just kidding. It's a joke, but that's the truth. It actually did spark when you plugged it in. So I like that they now put a switch on it, and that helps to avoid that problem in the future. I don't know what else to say right now, so I'm just waiting to finally get a print off this. It looks like when it does print something, it comes out fairly smooth. This was a test print that failed partway through. It didn't stay stuck to the. Let's go over here. It didn't stay stuck to the build plate, but you can see it looks fairly smooth. It's got a pretty good resolution to it. I have the arm of Groot somewhere. I don't remember where it's at now, but that was the only part that worked out the first time I tried to print Groot. So we'll see what happens this time when I try to print it. Before I printed him laying down flat, and the legs portion's all stuck. Only the hand that was down on the bottom stayed, and that was the only part that stayed stuck to the print bed. So what I did also, I talked to the guy who owns the machine. He said that he had read somewhere that other users were saying they're having the same problem. What they did was they roughed up the build plate. Now, maybe I didn't rough it up enough. I don't know yet. We'll find out when I'm done. But I roughed it up with 500 grit sandpaper. I roughed it up. I cleaned it off. Actually, I cleaned off all the resin. I roughed it up. Then I cleaned it off with acetone. And then I put it back together, and I'm trying it again to see how it works out. So hopefully this all works and we get a good print out of it. I'll make a part 2 of this video, I guess, to show what I got this time around on the print. Hopefully it's better than my previous attempts. My previous attempts obviously really sucked. Let's see if I can find one of the failures I have here. So here's one of the failures that I had before I roughed up the surface. And you can see there's the legs and everything are on here, and so everything gets stuck to the bottom of the printer again, and I really got nothing out of it. So hopefully we get a little bit better job out of this time, and we'll see what we get. So I mean, it tried. You can see the supports. It really did a nice job on the supports anyway, but I don't know why it failed. But it did. So I don't think I say that this part here, which is supposed to be stuck to the build plate like that, wasn't stuck to the build plate anymore. Or no, it was still stuck to the build plate, but the rest of it was down here and stuck to the vat. And so it didn't stay. I don't know why. So yeah, we'll see what happens this time around. I can see the support structure. I see a hand is still in there. So hopefully this time around it works. I don't know what you can see, you know, because if I turn this way, I can see the hand that normally is sitting on the floor level. I don't know if you can see it in there or not because you don't have the same. I'm looking down at it versus looking more straight across at it. So I don't know if it can get there or not and see what I'm seeing. But as it raises up, going back down. So hopefully we get something. I don't know. I don't see any body in there, so I think the body again stuck to the bottom of the build plate and didn't actually stay. I think it all stuck to the build plate again. I mean, I keep saying the build plate, stuck to the vat again on the FEP film. Because I don't see any body in there. I just see a big hollow space where there should be a body. So I'm actually going to stop the print. As you can see, I just push the button and it stops. And then I can, as soon as it finishes whatever it's currently doing, it will. Oh, it's still with the light. That's why. Now it's raising up. Okay, I'm going to hit the power switch and I'll turn it back on again. Now put it back in the green circle, which means it's ready, and I'll raise this. So where the butt of him should have been, it's not there. There's no butt. So loosen this knob here. I'm going to put on a nitro glove here so that I can grab a hold of this thing and pull that piece off, and now you can kind of see. Oh, shit! Dropped the handle in the frickin' vat. Now I'm getting more resin all over my hands. Anyway, so you can see this is where his butt should have been, and there's nothing there, and that really kind of sucks, don't it? So So I'll grab some paper towels here, and I'm going to put that on the paper towels. And I'm going to clean up the stupid mess I just made. And I dropped the damn build plate. On the slob sometimes. Okay, so got that cleaned up. I'll clean it up better later. Right now I just want to get it good enough to... Okay, so as you can see, it didn't adhere. I don't know why it's not doing the job, because you can see, I'll hold it here. As you can see, the arm came out just fine. See that arm right there, right here. I'll pull it off. You see that arm came out just fine. So I don't know why it's slippery. So I don't know why the rest of it didn't work. That arm came out really good. This one doesn't focus as well as this one does. This one I can focus in on it. You can see that came out really well, well defined. So I don't know why the body is not sticking to the plate. Obviously the rest of it stuck to the plate. Maybe I'll sit them back down and have them sit again, all the way back down on the bottom, as it was originally being done, and see if that solves the problem or not. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. It looks like it adheres to the build plate okay. As you can see, that all the structure for holding all the supports stayed, and all the supports seem to stay. It's just the Groot himself, his butt and everything, it just seems to stick to the bottom of the vat. I think if I look inside the bottom of the vat, we'll see that it is probably still inside. Adjust that focus here. I'll take my plastic spatula here, and I'll scrape it. Yep, there it is on the bottom. I can feel it. Wow, it's really stuck on this time. In the past, it's only been stuck on very lightly. Now it's sticking really solid. I can't get it. Oh, maybe I got it. Yeah, I did. So there's the rest of the group that was stuck in the bottom of the vat. Put that on my paper towel as well, over here. So got that cleaned out of there, so it's on my way. Drop that in the trash. Grab another paper towel here. So that's where we are right now. I think I'm going to rotate that group the other way and try it again after I clean this guy off of the build plate. That came off really good. As you can see, it came off cleanly. And I will wipe that all off. I'll put this guy back on again. Obviously it didn't work out very good, but that's life. Like I said, I'm experimenting and learning how to do this thing. You can see that structure and everything came out really nice. The detail of the structure is really good. So it's got nice detail in it. Too bad the group itself didn't work. Trash for that. Let's see, I'll put this guy back down so he's close to where we want to be with the resin. So there that is. Back in the resin again. And we'll go back in here and I'm going to change my setup here. Turn off my cameras. I'm going to change this guy. I'm going to actually re-rotate him back to 0. Oops, wrong rotation. Work rotation. No, I thought that was rotation. It was. Come back down. Maybe I need to re-import them back in. That way I can be sure I get them back in the right orientation. I don't know if he's in the right orientation or not. He might be a little ass high. So let me just delete him. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I'll reopen the file. And I got Baby Groot. I use that gun right there. I'm going to rotate him. $90 degrees. And then I'm going to scale him down. That, and I'll put him, he's all within the build confines now. It's scaled to fit, but he was scaled to fit. And now he's bigger than I want. I don't want him that big. That's good right there. We'll put him at that height right there and see how this all works out. Go and slice it. Everything else is already set, so I don't need to change all that. So it's all sliced. View the slicing. And here to the bottom is just be the legs and the hand, like you see right there. And it goes all the way up through to the head. And I will put the SD disc in there. And there we go. Okay, so we're set there. We'll click save. He is going to go to I, which is a removable drive. I'm going to replace the print FHD with print.fhd. On SparkMaker, everything always has to be named print.fhd, which sucks because you can't have multiple files ready to go and print because it only prints print.fhd. Terrible. Don't like it, but that's the way it is. So, writing the file out to the drive. Throw my glove away here. Really was a nice hand, though. Too bad it didn't stay. Because the rest of them didn't print. Okay, so we're done. It's written out to the SD card. I'll put it in here. And it's in. We'll turn everything back on again so you can see what we're doing. I put the SD card in. So the SD card is back in the machine here. Focus that a little better. Okay, so now we're ready to go. We just push the button here. It's green. It's ready to go. Push that, and it will start. Light turns red and it flashes, and then it begins the process here. I'll turn it so you can see you'll see the lights come on here in a little bit once it gets. For those that like to lower down, raise up, lower down, raise up a couple of times to kind of help mix the resin in the tank. Now going back down. And now the lights are. So this will be 100 seconds for this to run. Anyway, I'm going to stop here on the video side of it. That's about as far as I can go until a few hours pass before it will be able to be viewed and see what the print looks like, or where we are with the print. And that's good enough for today. Let me hit stop recording.